In a past video I talked about setting up this whole house filter for my new house. We have an issue with rust and arsenic. This will not get rid of the arsenic. We have a reverse osmosis filter for that, but this will get rid of all the big particles and rust that comes into the house. This is the incoming pipe, and then it goes out that way. Here's the bypass when we need to change filters for these. We have to shut off this one, open up the bypass, and we can flush these filters out. But now I wanted to talk about these two filters up here. These I got on Amazon. I think they were 50, 55 bucks each. They're iSpring WSP-100, which I wrote up here, and iSpring WSP-50. So this is 100 and 50, and the only difference is the size of the filter inside. It's 100 microns and 50 microns. It's just a screen, almost like a very, very fine screen like you would have on a screen window or a screen door. And the great thing about these is they don't have a filter that you need to change. The filter is internal. The way you clean the filters out is you open the valve and blow them off. They're called a blow-off filter. There's some other names for it, but you're basically flushing out all the particulates that collect on the screen. So same thing with the 50. I just open this up, and all that particulate that's caught in the screen should be washed off. And so far, I'm really happy with them. They look kind of delicate or something in the picture with the plastic. They're really solid. The brass up here. There's two types of fittings. You can fit a 3/4 on the inside, so a 3/4 male fitting on the inside, or a 1-inch on the outside, a female fitting, which is really nice. You can fit to your system. I'm using 3/4-inch pipe, PEX pipe, so I used a 3/4 male. You could connect them with one fitting in the middle, which I did, and again, this whole system is 100 micron, 50 micron, 20, or 5, and these two can be changed. The nice thing about these filters, they're the same ones, and I can just change a filter if I want a 25 or a 50 or a 5 and a 5. These are fixed, but the fact that you buy these and you don't ever have to change a filter, I think makes them a lot better and obviously a lot cheaper than these. So this is a 50 micron filter. I could buy a 50 micron cartridge filter, but I would have to change it every time, and you saw in some of my other videos these fill up with rust. If these fill up with rust, you just blow them off and you're done. These you have to take out, you have to get out this big wrench, take this off. You might have to replace an O-ring, or you have to lubricate the O-ring. So there's a lot more cost and effort into these, whereas these you just come down, open the valve, blow them off. I have them hooked up to a hose with a little tie to keep it watertight and a T, and that goes down to my drain. So I just open it up and it drains off. You could also have a bucket that hooks up underneath, or a short hose where you just fill it up into a bucket. One little change I wanted to make is I said we never had to change these filters, and that's true, you never have to change them, but I recently did take them out and wash them out in the sink. So I unscrewed these. I used the little clamp that comes with these kits, and I unscrewed them, and I took out the metal cartridge, and I took them to the sink, and I scrubbed them out. I used a little dollar store toothbrush here, and I scrubbed all the metal grates on here because they were covered in rust and the blow-off feature wasn't working. So I was blowing them off like this, and I could see the rust wasn't coming out. So again, we have really bad rust, so this is every month we have to change these. So if you don't have rust or anything this bad, you might not have to do it every 6 months. You might have to do it every year or 2 years. But I noticed a lot of rust was clogged up here, and when we changed this filter, it was immediately getting rust from all this backwash or water coming in. So I unscrewed them, took them to the sink, scrubbed them out with a toothbrush, put them back in. They're much cleaner. So that might be the new routine. Change these every month, wash these out every 6 months for us. And also there is a little rubber gasket in here, and I used the same grease, the lubricant that I used down here on this O-ring. I used it on this one too, just to put some grease on there to keep it moving. I haven't seen a significant loss in flow or gallons per minute. I went upstairs and did a non-scientific test filling up a bucket, and after installing the system or with the bypass, I haven't seen a loss in flow. I live in Michigan, we do have a lot of water pressure. I know some other states get like 2 gallons per minute. I don't know, we get 50 or something here. So we have a ton of water and a water pressure here in Michigan, but I haven't seen a loss of water pressure with these units One small issue I did notice was with these big Culligan units, there's a big bracket that mounts to the wall. They're big and heavy. These are much smaller, but these are held up from the pipe, so there's no mounting bracket with these. I don't really have an issue, or I haven't seen an issue with them. They seem pretty secure, but it would be nice if there was some sort of mounting bracket on there. So, but if you have a well, or even if you have city water and you're concerned or possible issues with sediment or rust coming in, you could get a 100 micron and a 50 micron. You could even just get 150. You could spend $100 or $50. Put this in between the main line water coming into your house, and you'd never have an issue with it as far as cost or maintenance. You just come down, open the valve, close it, done. It's cleaned out. So you're not changing filters and you have this big clunky thing you have to deal with. They're small. You could put it up in the rafters. You could run a pipe up to somewhere high up. They're really sturdy so far. I haven't had an issue. Again, they're clear. I can see if there's sediment caught in the screen. And you can see that this one, the 100 micron, there's some larger black particles. This one, a little bit of fine particles in the rust. The wrenches look like this. They're a little metal wrench, but I've never needed them. It comes with an O-ring if you ever need to replace it. So they'd be great if you're ever concerned about dirty water or particles in your water coming into your house. So I think there's something, if you have any concerns, it would be something you should get. So let me know what you think. Thanks. Well, I hope you liked the video you just watched. If you did, feel free to subscribe by clicking the button on this side. You can also check out all the videos I've done, the playlist from things I've built, things I've fixed, home repair, 3D printing, and on this side you can check out a recommended video similar to the one you just watched. And as always, down in the description I'll put a link to my blog, which has more pictures and more information about the video you just watched. Thanks.